Alright, welcome to the second part of my American adventure. This time we're already driving around in a car. As I told you, I met someone in the Spirits Club and he took me to the Red Rocks. Well, first to the Red Rocks, later we also went to a restaurant. And you can't believe how grateful I am that, he took me there. Because, I didn't have a car and it's almost impossible to get somewhere like there with public transport. I don't think there is even a bus, public transport bus going there. But anyways, it was really beautiful. There's also an amphitheater there. I think, an open air amphitheater, where concerts take place from time to time. Though I didn't attend a concert because, I don't know, I just wanted to keep my sleep rhythm intact, which I actually kind of regret looking back at it now, because I had the offer that this guy I met at the Swiss club would take me with him to that concert, and I didn't go because I wanted to keep my sleep rhythm intact. That's so typical of me. Well, anyways, on the same day we also went to the Lookout Mountain, and I had a nice look into the Rocky Mountains, and you can see it here in the background. It's marvelous, a marvelous landscape, and I'm still kind of sad that I couldn't go hiking there because I was too sick. Eventually, the last day I was in Denver, I was able to go hiking again because I was fit enough to do that, but at that time, that was, I think, 3 or 4 days before I was leaving Denver again. I just still was too weak for that. Now, on the next day, I was discovering the city again a little bit and just walking around there, and then also going to the Denver Botanical Garden because I really wanted to have a look at it, and it was also worth it. It was more expensive than the Botanical Garden in Valencia that I visited, but in Spain the taxpayers are paying for that, and in America, well, the private person pays for it, but it was still absolutely beautiful to go around there, and I especially enjoyed the Japanese part of the Botanical Garden. I don't know why, but I really like this kind of Japanese garden atmosphere. And now we've already come to the last day that I spent in Colorado, in Denver, and that was my hiking trip. Finally, at last, I was able to do that hiking trip, and I went to the Flatirons in Boulder City, which was a beautiful hike, and that's also something that I'd really recommend. Just going there to the Flatirons and doing a hike there. You've got the possibility of doing an easy hike, but you can also do a bit harder hike. I was lucky enough to find someone who is German. I heard him speak English with an American, and I immediately noticed, oh, that accent, it sounds German, and I asked him, hey, you're German, right? And then we spoke a little German and got to know each other, and also got to know his partner, and we hiked together for the rest of the trip, which was great. And we also had some beautiful sights there. The landscape is actually absolutely magnificent, and just looking at these video clips is giving me Wanderlust, the desire to once again discover those exciting vertiginous heights of the Rocky Mountains, though the Flatirons aren't that high. And at the airport again, also having made a new friend with that bird there. You see, I kind of like animals, and that bird just happened to be there, and we had a great time. Anyways, here we are in Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps. And it's really a city that never sleeps. Even the American public transport goes around the clock, and you can even take it at night. Even though at night it's not that frequent, I think, if I remember correctly. Well, and Las Vegas was just really special in the sense that there are so many things that kind of look European, even though they're obviously not the real Europe. But they've built the Eiffel Tower, they've built Venice, there's this hotel, the Venetian, and they've even built canals with little boats going through them, and those boatsmen singing something in, I think it was even French. And when you're actually in one of those casino buildings, in one of those hotels, resorts, the ceiling is also painted as if it's day, so as if it's a nice sunny day and the sky is blue and so on. And it's really confusing when you go into those resorts at night, because your brain really starts to think, oh, look at that, it's day, and it's such a weird feeling. And when you step outside again, it's like 10 degrees hotter and just dark again. Because you also have to consider I went to Las Vegas in summer, so it was like almost 40 or 43 degrees Celsius during the day, and still about 30 degrees Celsius at night. And then next, because Las Vegas is obviously the city of sin, I went to the Wayne Hotel Resort and decided to try out that really nice buffet that they've got on the 4th of July to, well, celebrate the 4th of July, obviously. And after having gorged like 4 plates of food, I walked around the city during the day and enjoyed Las Vegas during the day, which is also something that you should at least experience once, I'd say, when visiting Las Vegas, because all those buildings also look nice during the day, apparently. Well, and then, still on the 4th of July, what's the 4th of July without fireworks? And that's why I decided to look up whether there's some kind of fireworks show in Las Vegas. And lucky enough, there was going to be a show at Caesar's Palace, and I decided to get a nice spot at the Bellagio in front of the fountains, because I thought maybe I'd get a nice view on the fireworks there and also see the fountains go off. And so they did, with a nice American patriotic song in the background that I actually knew, because I don't know why, but I kind of like this American patriotic country music because it sounds cool. Well, and that song that they played, it's called God Bless the USA, and I actually even know the lyrics, some of them, so I could probably sing it, but I don't want to bother you with my bad singing skills, so I'd recommend you to just watch the video that I uploaded last year with the music in the background and just enjoy the fireworks and that show. Or just go to Las Vegas on the 4th of July and enjoy this show yourself. Well, and we are still not done with the 4th of July. There's more to it. Just one more thing that I want to mention about the 4th of July that I found kind of hilarious was how many people there were and how many cars there were. Everything was full, as you can see here in the video. I just had to record that because so many people. Everything full of people. So crowded. Unbelievable. Now, after the 4th of July, I visited some national parks, and those clips will be seen in another video, in my national parks video. But now I want to keep focusing on Las Vegas, especially on Fermont Street. That was like the former Las Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. Like, that's where the whole casino thing began. And they've also got a very nice restaurant there called the Heart Attack Grill. As the name already says, it is a special restaurant, and a restaurant that I also recommend to everyone who's going to the United States, because it's one of those crazy experiences that you'll have there. And one special thing about this restaurant is, well, first of all, if you don't eat your food, you'll get spanked. And if you are heavy enough, that is 350 pounds or heavier, you get to eat for free. And 350 pounds is, I actually looked it up here on Google. It's 158 kilograms, so that is quite heavy. But, I mean, if you are heavy enough, you can eat there for free and be the glutton you always wanted to be. And then, after getting some good food at the Heart Attack Grill, it's time for the US military. Oh no, it's actually not the US military, it's Battlefield Las Vegas. A shooting range with some more stuff to shoot than your normal shooting range. They even offer a ground war package where you can shoot with grenade launchers, artillery, flamethrowers, and heavy machine guns. that package would be rather expensive, but you can also go there and just shoot with some guns. Though for me, that was also for this holiday too expensive. But someday, I mean, I'd like to go and shoot with some actual military equipment someday. So I might just go there and do that someday. For instance, shoot a M114 howitzer. And if you thought that was all, no, it was definitely not. There's even more to see. Like, you can go to New York, see the Big Apple, and have a look at that beautiful New York skyline. So, the Americans there in Las Vegas not only copied European cities or European monuments, but also American monuments, like the Statue of Liberty and some of the famous buildings in New York. But they've also got a castle and a pyramid there in Las Vegas. So there's the Excalibur, which is this huge castle, and the Luxor Hotel, which is this huge pyramid, which is also nice to just look at and go around, or maybe even gamble with some money in the casino. And now I want to ask you the question, is that all of Las Vegas? Oh hell no, there's so much more. Like, you've got all those street artists who are doing all kinds of stuff and want to sell all kinds of services to you, or just want to scam you somehow. And also some of the craziest people, though that's actually not only a thing in Las Vegas, but I've also met some crazy people in Seattle and Denver who, like, I don't know, ask you for drugs or just calling you asshole out of nowhere. Like, you're just walking on the street, minding your own business, and someone walks to you and calls you an asshole and runs away. That actually happened to me in Seattle. So it really makes you feel like you are in GTA 5. Because in GTA 5 you've also got these NPC conversations where NPCs just insult you out of nowhere. And what I learned in the United States is that GTA 5 isn't even exaggerating that much. Well, and that's already it with this video, and that marks my final video on an American city that I visited. Well, but to round it up, I've got one more story for you. This story is also from Denver, and it's a story that I kind of like to tell friends because it was very hilarious. So I was waiting in a queue and some people came up behind me and asked me how long I've been waiting here already. Well, and I told them, and they said, "Oh, you've got a sweet accent. Where are you from?" Though not in this accent, obviously, but more in an American accent. And I answered, "Well, I'm from Germany." "Oh, Germany? What's Germany?" And I answered, "Germany's a country in Europe." "Oh, where's Europe?" "Well, it's close to Great Britain." "Ah, you're British. Okay, that explains your accent." So that was probably my most hilarious conversation in the United States that I still dearly remember. Alright, so now I want to use my last seconds of this video to really express my sincere gratitude to everyone who I've met in the United States, and especially to the Americans who have helped me out or offered me a ride in their car. Well, and of course to you, dear viewer, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my American adventure, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.